Hi guys, my name is Jen and this is my channel Embracing Chaos. If you're new here, thanks so much for stopping by to check out my channel. I really appreciate it. And if you are a friend returning, thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate that as well. Please make sure you give me a be patient with me. Please make sure you give me a thumbs up and hit that like button. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. So today I am doing another tag video. This is a getting to know you tag that was created by Rachel at Active Rachel Ann. So I got an invitation from her to do this tag. And then I was also tagged by Suzy Buie. So please, I will link both of their YouTube channels down below. Make sure you stop by and watch their videos. Give them thumbs up and subscribe as well. They're two of my favorites and really good channels. So make sure you stop by. Okay, so let's get started on the questions. Question number 1. What is your favorite Netflix show? Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't watch tons of Netflix. I spend 99% of my time if I'm watching something on YouTube right now, and then I like to watch shows on Hulu when I fall asleep. Netflix are generally shows that I like to be awake for. So I don't watch them as often because I don't have a lot of TV time. But I do know the first thing that popped into my head when I read this question is Stranger Things. I love Stranger Things and I look forward to when those new seasons come out. Question number 2. Describe your first crush. Fair enough. I think I was in 4th grade. I'd just gone to a brand new school and his name was Mark. And the reason I remember that, I don't even remember, I don't think anything special happened. I just secretly had a crush on him. And he knew. And this is why I remember this, because back in the 80s, early 90s, it was really popular to wear jean jackets with buttons on it. And I had a button. I went to Kelch's Pharmacy. Well, I don't even think they exist anymore. Not in my town anyways. Kelch's Pharmacy, and got a button that said I heart Mark on it. And I secretly wore it on my jacket. Well, my little brother knew that I'd gotten it, so he told Mark, and then Mark came up to me in math group and he said, I heard you have a button that says I love Mark, and it's about me. I don't even think I said anything. I was so mortified. We just sat there. So that was my first crush, and the reason I remembered is because my brother told him I bought the I love Mark pen. Okay. Number 3. What is your favorite film and why? I like a lot of movies. It kind of depends on my mood. But one movie that I can watch over and over and over again. Well, there's 2. I like What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and I like The Other Sister. They're both about cognitively challenged young adults, which just touches my heart. I just love it, and the innocence and the pure love, and I just love it. So those 2 storylines definitely, they touch my heart. Question number 4. What was your dream job as a child and why? So I went to a babysitter's probably until I was in 3rd grade, and I loved helping my babysitter take care of the babies. Loved it. So I wanted to be a babysitter, which as I got older turned into wanting to be a teacher, and then I wanted to be a special education teacher. Then I finally started my college classes, and I'm sitting in the early childhood development classroom, and I'm looking across the hall, and I'm seeing all of these physical anatomy and physiology mannequins, with all the different body parts and organs and stuff. And I just kept looking, and then I'm looking at my room that's full of toys, looking back over there, and I think I was probably in my early childhood education classes for a week, and I went and switched my major to nursing. And here I am a nurse for, going on 11 or 12 years now. So yeah, definitely always something to do with taking care of people and teaching. And I get to do all of that as a nurse. So I love my profession, and I'm extremely blessed to be where I am today as far as that goes. Number 5, what is your coffee order? pretty straightforward coffee drinker. Before I started Weight Watchers, it was just black coffee with non-fat milk. Hooked on that. But then I started Weight Watchers and I kind of upgraded to a fancier coffee. And now I like to get 2 shots of espresso over ice in a venti cup. And then I pour my Premier Protein over it for a 2-point drink. And I like most of the flavors of Premier Protein. I know a lot of people stick with the caramel, but I've had vanilla, chocolate, cookies and cream, banana. Don't do banana. I was just so excited to see a new flavor. I grabbed it, and that was not a success. So don't put banana over your espresso unless you want to. Go for it. But I did not care for that one. Question number 6: have you moved from home? Where to, and how was the experience? I have. I actually moved out when I was 17. I grew up in Indiana. When I was 17, I was married very, very young. My husband was in the military, so we moved to Pensacola, Florida. I felt like Florida was nice. I liked the heat, but it was very rainy, and they had huge bugs. Huge. Like, they had these flying cockroach things that were like the size of mice, and honestly, they scared the heck out of me. Florida itself is fantastic, I'm sure, but there's huge bugs and lizards and lots of rain. And I feel like I've lived enough places to be able to say that. I'm not by any means saying don't live in Florida. That's just what I remember. And then from Florida, we moved to Texas, which was fantastic. And of all the places I lived, my favorite. I felt like it was really so slow-paced, easygoing. Everybody there was friendly. I had a great experience. They also had big bugs, but I got used to them because I lived there a little bit longer than I lived in Florida. And it wasn't as new. So then from Florida, I moved back to Indiana, from Texas, I moved back to Indiana for a little bit. And then I went to Virginia. Virginia was nice, but it was in the fall and winter time. So I didn't get a really good experience on the beaches and stuff before we had to move again. And it snowed. So I got spoiled being in Texas and Florida. We didn't get snow down there. So from Virginia, then we moved to California, and we lived there for almost 2 years. And that was in San Diego, right outside of San Diego. And that was just hard for me. When I lived in the other states, my husband had shore duty, so he didn't have to leave. And living with my family being in Indiana, I was a little bit closer. California, I was like a 2.5 to 3 day drive away. I had no family with me, and my husband was on a ship, and he would leave for 4 to 6 months at a time. We had a 2.5-year-old daughter for one of his deployments, and then the next one, I was pregnant as well for the first deployment, and then the second deployment in the 2 years that we were there, I had a newborn and a 4-year-old. So not great memories of California. The state itself was beautiful, lots of sunshine, lots of beaches. It's a lot different than the East Coast for sure, but it was all right. So those are my experiences. Texas were my favorite. I'm back in Indiana now. Happy to be here. It's simpler here. It's not big city, and it's more my style. So happy to be back. And as soon as I moved back, most of my family moved away. So go figure. But anyways, yes, I have moved away from home. Question number 7, have you ever failed at anything, and what did you learn? I don't like the word fail. And I'm not trying to like cop out and say that I've never failed, because I have definitely made several mistakes. I'm not a perfect person, but I feel like if you learn from the situation, then it's not a failure. Specific things, I mean, in regards to weight loss, I've done Weight Watchers before, and I lost like 30 pounds, and then I fell off the wagon for years and gained like 3 times the weight back. But I got back on the wagon, and here I am, so I wouldn't consider that a failure. I think, like I said, failure is when you make a mistake and you completely stop trying. So that's a humbling question. Very humbling question. Question number 8, do you have any pets, and show them to us? I do. I have Ace, who is 2-year-old German Shepherd. And I know you guys have seen him. I will post clips of him towards the end of the video, or maybe during this clip. I don't know. It just depends how much my husband can help me do, because I don't know how to do that. And then we have two guinea pigs, which we've had for about 2 weeks. They are named Victor and Tinkerbell. Which, when we got them, they were both boys. But my 12-year-old Ava is fairly convinced that hers is a girl, therefore it's Tinkerbell. So we have two possible girl-boy guinea pigs, Victor and Tinkerbell. Question number 9. What are your pet peeves? It makes me feel like a mean person, and I hate that it bothers me. Like, I would give anything for it not to bother me, but people, their eating habits, oh my goodness. Like, if you're talking with food in your mouth, or crunching your food really loud, smacking your lips, just know that my gears are grinding, and I'm holding back I don't know. I'm like from 0 to 60 instant rage with that stuff. I hate it. But I hate that it bothers me even more than I hate those noises. I don't like any noises having to do with the mouth. It just grosses me out. So that's my biggest pet peeve. And then being a phone nurse, poor phone etiquette bothers me. Like, you would not believe how many patients I talk to on a daily basis that are in the tub, because you can hear the water splashing, or not. I'm used to it now, but it's still, or on the toilet and they flush the toilet in the middle of a conversation, or sniff continuously, or hawk loogies and spit it out while they're on the phone, or call while they're eating. That bothers me, clearly, but it really, really gets me when it's another healthcare worker that calls me with food in their mouth. Anybody who has ever sat near me or works near me knows this just drives me insane. So if you call me, please don't have food in your mouth, because I'll cry. All right, question number 10. What is your favorite color? I like teal and neon green. Those are my favorite colors. In fact, I used to have my hair, like, I had it shaved on the sides and I kind of spiked it up on top, and it was neon green and teal, like layers. And I was one of my pediatric clients wanted me to get my hair cut and dyed that way, and I'm not real particular about my hair, so I did it. But maybe I can find a picture of that and post it for you guys too, so you can see my two favorite colors on top of my head. Question number 11. Do you have any siblings? Why, yes, I do. I have an older stepbrother named Benny and an older stepsister named Angel. And then I have a younger sister named Cindy and a younger brother named Brian. So, and it's me, my brother, and my sister. We're all 2 years apart. And then my step siblings are quite a bit older than we are, so there is that. Question number 12. Have you been to any concerts or festivals, and the most memorable? Well, of course, I live in a small town, so our small town festival every year is our favorite. It's real tiny, but it's great for us. My husband and I sit in the bingo tent and try not to sweat too much. We play bingo and win our little dollar prizes while the kids run around the festival, and they have their bracelets on and do all the rides. And it's small enough that for the most part we can see where they're at. So that's that. And my most memorable concert off the top of my head, it was a Christian concert, with a band named Third Day, 10th Avenue North. There was somebody else there. What was his name? He was new, and I really liked him, but I can't think of his name. I can think of his songs. Gosh, that's disappointing. But anyways, that was my first Christian concert, and I went into that concert like and it just completely blindsided me. I became a Christian at that concert. Like, that's where in my adult life, I think I was 35, I realized that it was possible to have a relationship with Jesus Christ, and it changed my life forever, that concert. And my friend won tickets and she invited me, and I didn't want to go. I tried everything to get out of it. So I'm so glad I went, because it was definitely a life changer. And I still listen to Third Day all the time. I love Third Day and 10th Avenue North. Question number 13, what social media are you addicted to? Try not to be too shocked. It's YouTube. I'm addicted to YouTube. And question number 14, you're going out with your friends, describe your night. So I guess if we're talking about going out with girlfriends, I mean, I suppose we'd go out to dinner and maybe a movie, but I'm real big on just kind of hanging out at the house and eating food and chit-chatting. Now, if we're talking about going out with my husband, who's also my friend, our favorite date is to go and get ice cream, or now I get frozen yogurt, and then we go and sit in our car in the Walmart parking lot and watch people while we eat our ice cream. So when you have 4 kids and you both work a million gazillion jobs, you gotta take the time where you can get it. So if we have downtime, we're hitting up the ice cream place, and we're going to the Walmart parking lot, and we are creeping on people. So if you see someone in a white minivan staring, it's us. We're on a date. So anyways, that is my tag. Thanks again, Rachel, for inviting me, and thanks, Suzy, for tagging me. Like I said, I will make sure I link their YouTube channels down below. Please stop and check them out, give them a thumbs up and subscribe. And in the meantime, thank you again for stopping by to listen to my tag video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you laughed at least once. Please make sure you give me a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Comment down below. I would love to hear your answers to these questions. And in the meantime, keep on smiling, guys. Bye.